Hello YouTube, this is Pat with Pettis Advanced Training Solutions. Today I would like to give you my thoughts on the Sig P320. Now I know there's a lot of reviews out there on the Sig P320, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this particular weapon. But before we start, make sure you smash and subscribe that like button so that I can keep continuing to bring you more content in the future. Alright, the Sig P320. Let me give you a little history about myself. I am currently carrying the Sig P320 as a service weapon. I have carried several service weapons over the years. My initial service weapon that I carried way back in the day was a Smith & Wesson 6904. Then I graduated to a Smith & Wesson 6906 and a 5906. Those were all very decent weapons, not the greatest, but decent weapons. I couldn't complain too much. After carrying that for a number of years, then I moved on to a Glock 19. Everybody's crazy about the Glocks. It did serve the purpose. After the Glock 19, then I was given a Sig 229. It was a much bigger weapon, chambered in .40 caliber. The other ones I had carried were chambered in 9mm. It was a much stouter weapon, but it shot a lot better for myself. I really enjoyed shooting the 229. Then I was able to acquire a 239. The 239 was the compact version of the 229 that had a single stack magazine, which was slimmer and easier for concealment. So I carried that for a number of years. I really loved the 229 and the 239. I thought they were very excellent and solid weapons. But here in the last year or so, I transferred over to the P320. The P320, when I initially got the weapon, I didn't like it. I looked at it, I felt it, I held it. I wasn't really crazy about it. So I shot it the first time. It was okay. Wasn't really crazy about it because I love my 229. The second time that I shot the 320, I absolutely fell in love with that weapon. It is a phenomenal weapon. So let me introduce you to the 320. This is a Sig P320. I'm going to do a quick safety check for you. So we're checking the magazine well. Nothing in the magazine well. Nothing in the chamber. Double rack again. Check. Visually, physically inspect. Nothing there. P320. This is the magazine. No rounds in the magazine. So let's talk about it. The P320 has the polymer construction. And the things that I like about this 320 is the way that it's just made. I love the way that it has a good recess, giving a good dovetail there, where I can get high up on the back strap. Real high up on the back strap. That's very important for me because I have small hands. So being able to get a good grip on my weapon is of the utmost importance to me. Another thing that I enjoy about this weapon is this little finger groove right here. That allows me to slide my finger right in there to give me a better grip on this weapon, to make it tight, more manageable, more controllable. I also love the magazine release on this weapon. It releases the magazine very easily. The magazine falls very freely, and you don't have to do any of the old snapping the gun to have the magazine slide out of the weapon if it's not coming out appropriately. Now, this 320 also can be chambered in a 357, a 40, and a 45 ACP. This particular model is chambered in the 9mm. This weapon has been a lifesaver for me. My scores went up on the range I'm more consistent with the firing of this weapon, which really makes me happy. I know a lot of different law enforcement and military agencies have switched to the Sig P 320. And I know of a few agencies where their overall numbers on qualifications have gone up at least 20% while on the range. When I fire this weapon on the range, I just love the way it feels and I love the way that it sounds. To me, it has a very distinct feeling when I fire each independent round. And it also has a very distinct sound to me. I understand every time is that weapon going off. It's just a different sound that that weapon makes. I know it sounds a little strange, ladies and gentlemen, but that is actually something that I enjoy when I fire the weapon. This weapon, when I fire it, and it's not going to be exactly where I want it to be due to my fundamentals of shooting, I can tell immediately that that round is not going to be exactly where I wanted to put it. So this weapon has been a heaven sent to me. I also have the Sig holster, and this holster is made by Blade Tech. It also has the ambidextrous changing. You unscrew the 4 screws here, take the tabs off, put them on the other side, and then you go from a righty to a lefty. I really love this holster. I'm able to unholster quickly and reholster quickly, and it also secures the weapon as I am moving from point A to point B. That is pretty much all I wanted to talk about the Sig P 320 today. I hope I haven't bored you guys that much, but if you get a chance and you're a Glock lover, nothing against Glocks. I carried Glocks for many, many years. But if you're a Glock lover, let's try the P 320. Who knows? You might even be a little impressed. Sig P 320, in my opinion, is an excellent gun. Whether you're out target shooting, whether you're in law enforcement, or whether it's military applications, this is one fantastic weapon. All right, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I'm going to bid you adieu. So good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world at the time of watching this video. Again, it's your boy Pat with Pettis Advanced Training Solutions. So please check us out in the description box below on our website, and we will see you next time.